I'm at Heathrow Terminal 5 and this is my last ever Tier Point run. It's the end of an era. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't cry. I'm going to take 6 Club Europe flights. I'll end up in Athens. It's part of a British Airways double tier points holiday, and it will get me 540 tier points. And this is going to make me gold again, because right now I'm silver. So although, yeah, that is the first wing behind me, I'm not allowed in there today. So I'm going to go and get checked in and settled into the lounge. I'm Phil, and I'm on a grey gap year. Flight 1 of 6. 6:15 was our scheduled departure. It's now 6:40. We're going to be a bit late. Fortunately, I don't have a connection tonight. Thank goodness. I'm rather hoping everything goes smoothly tomorrow. I don't have a lot of luck with Athens. This could be fun. The last time I tried to get to Athens, it ended in disaster. Delayed in Edinburgh, missed connection, BA holiday cancelled, and it's one of the first videos I ever made, and I'll leave you a link to it in the description, and although I've rather spoiled it for you, it is still a fun little video. I'm abandoning the flights. I've just decided I'm not doing it. It's not going to work for me. So from my first to my last ever Tier Point run, and I'm taking 6 British Airways Club Europe flights. I need 530 tier points to qualify as gold before the new British Airways Club rules come into force on the 1st of April 2025. I booked a double tier points holiday from Newcastle to Athens via London Heathrow, and this is going to earn 480 tier points. The cost of the holiday, including the accommodation, is £894, so a cost of £1.86 per tier point, well under my self-imposed £2 per tier point target. And Athens is somewhere I've always wanted to go, so this trip has genuine value as a holiday too. After the holiday, I'm still going to be short 70 tier points, so I'm starting at Heathrow and then I'm flying up to Newcastle to position myself for the holiday and then flying back down afterwards. The cost of this flight is £116 plus 3,000 Avios. Valuing the Avios at 1p each gives us a total cost of £146 and a cost of £1.83 a tier point. Now this offers good tier point value, but it doesn't add anything really to the travel column. And up in the air, I enjoyed a nice glass of champagne, no driving for me at the other end, and a smoked trout salad which was nice but a little bit messy to eat. When it came time to disembark, I was in for a little treat. Thanks very much, cheers, good night. You know, it's not every day you come down the steps on a British Airways plane, and when you do, you normally push quickly into a bus. I need to go because there's a tanker coming towards me. But actually that's quiet, I quite like that. An A320 from the runway. So nice little flight, exactly what I expected. I'm going to dig the jumper out the bag, I think, and walk the 10 minutes to the Purple Palace, otherwise known as a Premier Inn. Okay, so that's the way out, and I've got to walk to the Premier Inn. Now, according to Google Maps, it's over there. So I'm aiming for sort of, there's like, you probably can't make it out. There's like an arch. I mean, you can see just how cold it is. Look at these cars. Every single one of them, thick frost. Can you sort off this roundabout with the funky little arch and the Greggs advert? We're going to take this path down the back. So there is the airport, right? And there's the Premier Inn. So it's like super, super close. So I'm in the Purple Palace. I'm all set and ready to go. I'm going to jump into bed in a minute. Hopefully the bed's going to be comfy and I'll get a good night's sleep. Early start in the morning. Well, this is what 4:30 in the morning looks like. I mean, I didn't know there was a 4:30 in the morning. I'm always asleep with my eyes shut. So last ever Tier Point run, day 2. Today I'm going Newcastle to Athens via Heathrow. I'll tell you what, I thought it feels a lot colder than the -2 it's reported to be. I'm going to get inside quick. Well, no problems with check-in, that was super fast. I'm upstairs, the departure and fast track's just over there. I think what you got to call this airport is quaint. It's a cute little airport that services the northeast. What's not to love? So, been through security, had fast track access, ran the gauntlet of the duty free, made the obligatory trip to Boots, and now it's time to go and find the lounge. It's a nice little airport, this, you know, gotta say. It's bigger than I thought it would be. It's busier than I thought it would be. So that lounge is down there. and I accidentally continued past the stairs for the lounges and into another area at the back of the airport. You know, this little airport, it really does, you know, beat expectations.
Which is especially when you've got an announcement coming on. It's the old joke. Nobody knows what he just said. Nobody.
I popped into the Aspire Lounge for a quick cup of coffee. I had a long day ahead of me, so I just skipped breakfast.
Well, the gate was called and everybody left the lounge. The lounge just emptied. There's no boarding, not boarding here. Oh my God, it's freezing. I really should have my jacket on, but I think I'll make it for the 10 steps to the airplane, and here we are. This is this morning's flight.
Once I boarded, I found that my seat was actually in the economy cabin.
So that was fun. So I always pick the seat at the back of the cabin so I disturb the least number of people. So I'm seat 7C, and it was behind the curtain. So it was essentially in the wrong cabin. They just came and they moved the curtain. So literally changed the cabin size with passengers in situ. It was quite fun.
We were delayed, but the British Airways app didn't believe us. It claimed we were in the air when I could see that we were still on the ground and at the gate. Eventually, Flight 2 got in the air and I ordered an omelette with orange juice and coffee.
So, did you ask for the omelette?
I did, but that's fine.
I can take it back.
No, that's
Are
fine.
you sure?
Yeah, of course.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I
all right.
just realised in my head it was like...
I sort of thought that's scrambled eggs, but that's...
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. I'm absolutely 100%. Do you know what? I think this is a really nice group, and they're doing train service this morning, so that they haven't got the big bulky trolley going up and down the aisle there. I'm guessing they're doing that because people are going to need to use the toilet on a morning flight like this.
Safely landed in Heathrow, Flight 2 done. Oh, chilly again, but the luxury of a jet bridge. I'm at the A gate, so a jet bridge at the A gate, I think this is the first time ever for me. Flight 3 just got to the gate in time. It looked like it was about to close it. And as I came down the escalator, we got the "your flight is now closing." I'm through anyway, so I'll be able to hammer on the door. No, let me on. 10 rows of club, 3.5 hours-ish down to Athens. Should be a nice sort of comfortable meal service. Now, video of the takeoff and landing is typically the most skipped part, so I don't usually put it in, and I don't even always record it anymore. But I'm really glad I recorded today's first few minutes of the flight, because for the first time in probably 20 or more takeoffs from London, we're actually flying over London, south of the river. It's a bright, clear day, and you can really take in the sights. In the far distance, that looks like Wembley Stadium, the home of English football. And then when we dip the wing, we see Twickenham Stadium, the home of English rugby. Then those 4 green spaces in a row there, they're Clapham Common, Battersea Park, Hyde Park, and then Regent's Park. And just to the right of those is the London Eye. You can't really make it out, but the Houses of Parliament are actually just one bridge in front and then just to the left of the London Eye. And a bit further on is Canary Wharf and the old Millennium Dome, which is obviously now known as the O2. Just behind Canary Wharf is London Stadium. This was built for the 2012 London Olympics, and of course you can see the Thames Barrier and London City Airport. There's more still, and it's probably the best takeoff I've ever had, so I will make this into its own video for those of us that do enjoy this kind of thing. On this flight there's a pre-dinner beverage service along with a snack. Cheers! The meal's a choice of salad or leek and mushroom pie, and it's a disappointing meal. The plate appeal of this is just terrible. The crew brought round a basket of snacks on this flight, and it's the first time I've seen this in Club Europe. Now apparently this is part of the service that has been reintroduced, having been cut some years ago. And of course, unlimited drinks is part of your ticket. You have to take advantage. I mean, it would be rude not to. So Flight 3 came to an end halfway through, time to have a relax and have a few days exploring Athens. I will make a video about my time in Athens in the future. I'll tell you what the weather was like in January and how I was refused entry to the Acropolis after they'd just sold me the ticket. And if you want a notification when that video comes out, then just make sure you subscribe, click the bell. So it's my last ever Tier Point run, part 2. I'm at Athens airport and I'm going to be making my way home today. Twinge of sadness, but also glad to be going home, getting in my own bed in a couple of nights' time. So let's go and get checked in. So I decided to come back outside to talk about that check-in experience. Gave my passport over. I just need a printed boarding card. Can I see your carry-on bags? Yes, you can. I need you to put that larger bag into the sizer. Bag starts going in the sizer, and I've got stuff in the front pockets, so it's a little bit teat. So I started taking stuff out the front pockets, and she was saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. I just keep doing my thing. She keeps saying her thing. I then pick it up and put it into the sizer, and it slips in easily, right? So tick for Aerolite, it definitely fits in the sizer, just not if you pack it a bit too full like I have. So I'm a little bit annoyed about the snarky lady who didn't want me to just rearrange my things and put my bag into the sizer. But no harm, no foul, as they say. Let's go and find a lounge. I missed the lounge on the way in, and I went on a grand tour of the airport trying to find it. This looks like Sky Express, Sky Serve, and Swissport. So here we go. It's very shiny and very purple with some gold. It's like a mix between Emirates and Virgin's colour schemes. But it was quiet when I visited, a pleasant place to sit and just stare out the window. I do love a good staring window. There's some reasonable food in here too. Cold meats, cheeses, olives, biscuits and cakes. Hot food looked reasonable too. Chicken with barley, a beef burger. Okay, little pitters. Oh, I like that. Got some little omelettes, like that as well. I'm definitely going to grab a cup of coffee any second now. Some breads. Oh, there's some wraps. Zucchini pie. Graviera pie from Naxos. Some drinks in the fridges. And it was rather limited, but there is a free pour bar. So after a nice coffee and a relax in the lounge, it's time to board flight 4.
Yes, hi.
How you doing?
Doing good, sir. How about you?
Very well, thank you.
And you are all set. Have a great flight, sir. Thank you.
Cheers. Flight number 4. I'm taking off from Athens, we're on our way to London. A packet of snacks and a glass of champagne. Cheers. The meal on Flight 4 was possibly the worst airline dining experience I have ever had. Choice of Welsh lamb shoulder. Unfortunately, that wasn't available. Lemon pepper chicken salad. That wasn't available either. So the only thing that is available is a winter vegetable korma. So I'm going to make the best of it. I've got this, got this very frothy beer. Cheers. I talk about the meals and the Club Europe service in more detail in my Club Europe in 2025 video. I'll leave you a link in the description, and I consoled myself with a good cup of BAT and a whiskey as we came into land at London Heathrow. We landed at the B gates and the Newcastle flight leaves from the A gates, and I was required to take the train back to the A gates to clear immigration and security and then get back into departures. An hour in the lounge and then back onto the bus to take us to the plane. Now I've noticed some of these staircases, they project the BA logo onto the ground. I have to say, I like that. Flight number 5, London Heathrow to Newcastle. Flight time of 43 minutes, and I've got to be honest, I am now getting a little bit sleepy. I had a quick meal. There was a big lump of mozzarella sitting on a quite sort of sloppy pesto sauce, but it was a tasty supper. And I had the obligatory glass of champagne. I have stopped enjoying this now. I'm getting pretty tired. I normally love a little cheeky Club Europe flight, bit of snack and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just ready for my bed. Thanks very much. Great trip, thank you. For some reason, the people of Newcastle have provided us with a jet bridge tonight, and we're denied the chance to see the aircraft from the ground. So, welcome to Newcastle Airport. 5 out of 6 flights all done now. One more to do tomorrow morning, 40 points short of gold. Well, let's hope everything goes according to plan. So, time to say goodbye to the Purple Palace. It's 8 o'clock for a 9:40 flight. Oh my goodness, look at that sunrise. I don't know if that's going to come out on the camera. Oh, wow. One thing you can do if you're at the Premier Inn and you're walking to the airport is you can use this little gate here
to walk through. So there's two gates. There's a little person-only gate, right, which one person can easily get through, maybe with the luggage, I don't know, but not with the suitcase. But if you've got a suitcase, you need to use this gate. And there's a code on the reception. I assume it changes pretty regularly. Oh, it's open. So it's just left open, so you can just walk through. That's kind of handy, isn't it? Walk through the DoubleTree and over to the airport. Oh. Now, I always say I'm a travel geek. I'm not an AV geek. I'm really not that interested in the aeroplanes. But sometimes, just when you see something like that, or an A380 coming in, and my heart does go a bit aflutter, which perhaps it ought not. So I'm all checked in for the final flight of my final tier point run ever with British Airways. I'm sure there'll be others to come in the future with other airlines, but this will be farewell for me and BA. And back in the Aspire Lounge, as a final hurrah, I decided to make a breakfast bap. Yum. One of the neat things about the Aspire Lounge is you can see when your flight is boarding. And I've got to say, walking across the tarmac isn't quite as classy as having a jet bridge. But I tell you what, I do love the view of the plane you get as you're walking on. It's great. So I've made a bit of a mistake. I'm in row 2. I don't normally sit in row 2 when I'm recording. So I won't be saying much on this final leg.
So we've got a bit of a delay. I mean, so far only 7 minutes, but they obviously don't think we're moving anywhere for a little bit because they've just come on with some water, which is really good of them. So I do like that. And we are pushing back. 10:01.
Final flight of the final tier point. Felt like it needed something, but I also felt it was a little bit early for champagne. So they've mixed me up Bucks Fizz. How awesome. I had smoked salmon for breakfast, which along with the Bucks Fizz added a bit of class to this final flight of my last ever tier point run. So that was all 6 flights. Cheeky bus gate back to the terminal. A little nice sharp left-hand turn through a door I haven't used before for domestic arrivals without any luggage. Anyway, I'm now waiting for the other bus to take me back to the car. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have, please do give me a like. And if you'd like to see other videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you click the bell, you'll get a notification when new videos come out. I've also got a Grey Gap Year Patreon group if you'd like to support the channel more directly. There'll be a link in the description down below. So thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me on Grey Gap Year.